Every day, people throughout Berks County are impacted by the work of volunteers and community leaders who dedicate significant time and boundless energy to making our community a better place. The 2018 Wilbur H. Doran Award recognizes two of those community leaders. They have worked tirelessly as a couple and as individuals, and their efforts have changed countless lives. The 2018 Wilbur H. Doran Award is presented to Mike and Diane Duff.
Mike and Diane are great Doran Award winners because they put the community, the people they're working with, everything is in front of their personal needs agenda. And they're committed, they're dedicated, and they enjoy the support and the work that they give through not only volunteering, but through their personal philanthropy as well. Diane and Mike became involved as a couple when they began to support the Tocqueville cabinet. And we really began to see what a fascinating team they are. And you know what? They have been a team in life. We've gotten to know that about them as we've worked with them. And it was that teamwork and their sense of working together that really made them a natural for co-chairing the United Way campaign. One of my favorite memories of working with Diane and Mike is that we, the staff, met at their house to talk about the goal setting process. And for those of you who know and the ins and outs of the United Way campaign, we go through a painstaking process to develop the goal. And so when we rolled it out, the goal was 50,000 shy of a kind of a big number. And of course, Mike was like, well, why don't we just go ahead and set the goal for 9 million? And Diane did not skip a beat, and she was like, you do that all the time. And we're all just kind of sitting there like, okay, what's gonna happen next? And she proceeded to say, Mike, we just need to go with the number. But he will tell you that he went with the number and he was happy to do that, but we actually did go over 9 million for their campaign. So he will say he was right all along.
I think that Mike, when we look at his role in motivating coworkers and the company to be more engaged in the community, is the fact that he leads by example. He and Diane are involved in organizations that really make a difference in the community, and he helps educate us. And not in a company this size, it's difficult to get everybody going in the same direction, and we want to have varied interests. We not only are involved in the community here in Reading and Berks County, but we are in a large number of the communities that we work in across the country. But I would say that Mike really is the driving force, and his leadership by experience, his ability to help us determine which of the organizations can really make a difference to the groups that we're interested in is irreplaceable.
He was my mentor, and my first meeting with him when he became my mentor was, I went into his office and he said, in a very comical way, I just want you to know that some people may think I'm a little tall, that could be a little intimidating, but don't worry about that. And so I said, I don't see you that way at all, because I'm kind of equally as tall as you are. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. And I felt right at ease because he cleared his desk, he listened attentively, he gave constructive feedback, and he always came back full circle to say the purpose of Blueprint for Leadership was to develop leaders, to give them an opportunity to participate on boards. And then, true to Mike, he was dedicated in saying you can bring all of these skills back to Penske and incorporate it in your leadership skills that you will use on a daily basis if you were directing activities of others. So very, very true to give the whole picture.
The first time I met Diane was for our church food pantry. We're both parishioners at St. Ignatius in Whitfield. I think I was struck by how warm she is and just had a really nice personality, very friendly, very open, but I think it was her warmth that most struck me.
The first encounter I had with Diane Duff was when she and Mike were co-chairs of the United Way Drive that year. I can't remember exactly what year that was. And they were coming to our shelter to get to know some of the United Way partner agencies. And they came to our shelter that was at that time on 5th Street. It was a very old townhome. And we had just had air conditioning units. We didn't have central air in the building, and it was a really hot day, and our central air, our air conditioning unit broke down. And later that day, Diane came back with an air conditioning unit for us.
Mike and Diane have been, I think, great volunteers for the community. I think, though, their involvement with United Way has really been a springboard to getting even more actively involved in organizations. I know for a fact that after they chaired the United Way campaign, they had many, many requests to be involved in other organizations, and I love the fact that they have embraced those opportunities and have continued to support the community through United Way, but with other organizations as well.
And if you look at what Mike and Diane are involved in, they've done a really good job of targeting their engagement in organizations like United Way that really do make a difference to large numbers of people. And then all of the agencies that United Way supports that we get involved in directly, in many cases with with some input from Mike, are organizations that really do make a difference.
Mike has a sense of humor that I would refer to as low-key, respectfully witty, and it always comes in at just the right time. Mike's leadership style is very facilitative, and when Mike walks into the room, he leads with a smile, and it really sets the tone for everyone around him to want to participate and to do better things for the community.
I think the thing that makes Mike most valuable to our team is certainly the results that he produces, but the way he goes about it. He's got, I would say that he has a true moral compass. He's got a great sense of humor, a wit that everyone who meets him just really enjoys, and he just leads by example. He focuses on the goal, and he just relentlessly works until he accomplishes it.
Honestly, I think in another life or his second chapter, he will probably be some comedian because he has the best sense of humor ever. He is not too serious about life. And he also reciprocates, where if you have something that's challenging you want to say to him, he says, I'm here to talk about this. I'm not always right, and so I can take feedback the same. And I like the fact that when he gives you feedback, it's not constructive criticism. He gives constructive feedback to help you develop as a person. And I was fortunate to have that opportunity.
Diane's one of those people that has no problems asking people to give to an organization that she cares about. She has no problem saying, I give, you should too. I think what I like most about her is her sense of humor. Everything's fun, nothing seems like work when you're with Diane because she just has such a good time herself, and she really has a lot of she has a lot of funny stories. She doesn't take herself too seriously, so then you don't take yourself too seriously. So I think that's one of the best things about Diane.
I'm always impressed with how well she interacts with the clients at our food pantry. She's always really warm and welcoming. A lot of the clients are in difficult situations, and she really makes them feel at ease and comfortable coming to the pantry.
What I've learned about Mike is that he's pretty much game for anything. When I think about some of the things that we've had him do over the years, there was an annual dinner where we asked him to share a picture from the 80s, which was just so much fun. I had such a great time volunteering side by side with him at a Big Cheese, and what was just so much fun is we have a DJ at the Big Cheese. Every song that came on, he knew the lyrics, he knew the artist, and he's a great singer, which was why he was a natural during last year's campaign when we did golf cart karaoke. And he's just, he has a sense of joy and fun and spontaneity that really just brings life to whatever he does.
My parents met in school, I believe middle school, around about 8th grade, actually in English class. And they went to the same high school together, and that was it, since they were in high school. I was born late December 1987, and my brother Stephen was born in April of 1990. I think community service is such a big part of my parents' lives because they're compassionate people and they have the ability. So they have the drive and they have the resources and the ability to dedicate time or talent, and they're passionate to these things. And I'm reticent to say that they feel a responsibility, because I don't think it's that. I mean, they might phrase it that way, and I suppose on some levels it is, but that to me, calling it a responsibility, like, oh, we have a responsibility to help our community, makes it seem like they would treating this as a zero-sum quid pro quo game. But it's really more like we're very blessed that we're in a position where we can better other people's lives and help the community, and why wouldn't we if we could do that? It really just comes down to they're just good people. So my parents' commitment to community service has influenced me such that I see the reasons why you should help your community, especially if you do have the ability to do something like they do. And that I would feel that if one day I had the ability and the opportunity to affect my community as positively and as much as they did, that I would do that as well. I guess what I admire about my parents is that they're both just good, very selfless people who always do the right thing. And that's something that I kind of aspire to.
Mike is a true leader by example, and it's very apparent the level of commitment that he has to the community. It comes across in everything he does and everything that he says, and it's just really a pleasure to not only sit next to him at the board table, but know that he's leading our organization.
I think what I admire most is the fact that she does it without looking for recognition. I mean, she really does do it because she wants to be a good steward in the community. She wants to give back. I think she's filled with gratitude for the blessings that she has in her life, and this is her way of giving back to the community.
Berks County is a much better place because Diane and Mike are really, it's not about their agenda, it is about what makes the most sense in terms of the role that they can play to make the community a better place. And I truly believe through the work that they do with United Way and so many other organizations, it makes Berks County the great place it is to live, work, and raise a family.
They've always done everything with integrity. Also, they were, in going along with just what they've done for the community, they've always been very good about taking the opportunities that they have and making the most of them.
In an effort to surprise Mike and Diane, we reached out to family members. I had the privilege of reaching out to Mike's father, Doran Duff. What was really neat is that it was an easy phone call to make because I had met Don when he came to celebrate the victory of the campaign that Mike and Diane shared. What was really fun is that they had a common interest and love for supporting United Way because Don was a volunteer for the United Way of the capital area in Washington, D.C. Unfortunately, Don passed away recently, and we wanted Mike and Diane to know just how much he loved them and how proud he is of their focus on community and giving back.
Hi, Mom and Dad. Congratulations on being this year's William H. Doran Award winners. I know you deserve it, and I love it very much.
Mike and Diane, congratulations on the 2018 Doran Award. I can't think of two more deserving people. And thank you both for everything that you do for this community to make it a better place to live and to work. And I just want to let you know that I am proud to call you friends.
Congratulations, Mike and Diane, on your well-deserved Doran Award. We really appreciate everything you do. Thank you.
Congratulations, Mike and Diane, on winning the Doran Award.
Mike and Diane, congratulations on winning the 2018 Doran Award. very much deserved. We all wish you well from Penske. And Mike, I again have been so blessed to have you in my life and look forward to working with you.
Congratulations, Mike and Diane, on receiving this award. I am so thrilled for you. I know you're probably very surprised, but I want to let you know that I admire you both and could not be happier for you. Congratulations.
Diane and Mike, congratulations. I hope we've surprised you with the 2018 Doran Award recognition. On behalf of all the United Way staff, we love you, we congratulate you, and we are so grateful to have you as wonderful volunteers for the organization. Thank you.